Hey, lovely day. Kinfo. Let me see what they talking about. Pull up a chair. Come over here to the round table. We about to break it all down. So we about to what? Break bread right now. First, I want y'all to check the OG. What he talking about?
Brothers, sisters, that's your energy, brother wisdom. What's going on, guys? All right. If you are seeing a lot of wind that's blowing, these are extremely high winds that are coming from the cosmos.
Solar winds.
Extremely high solar winds. Okay. Understand.
Okay, that's what we dealing with.
All right. Understand. These beings are fighting against cosmic energy. All right.
They messing up, man. They messing up. Because if you know anything about energy, you can only hold it back for so long. So if they've been holding back this cosmic energy, oh, no wonder it's coming back with a vengeance. No wonder it's kicking ass. From so many levels. You feel me? So many levels.
That's the original beings. This is why the message has been going through for the original beings, for us to build and create structures of different types of designs. All right. What we're looking at is we're looking at a shifting of everything within the cosmos.
Yeah.
All right. This is a major shift that's taking place right now on the planet. All right. Right now, the air is about 33 degrees, but the temperature of the planet is extremely hot. All right. The planet right now, I'm right here in the city.
Yeah,
and the temperature, the real temperature right now is about 102, 102, maybe 103. But they've got the air, 102, this coldness, you know, the system that they created to cool the planet off. All right. This morning, and you guys can check for yourself. I saw the article this morning online that said that the Dow Jones plunged nearly 900 points. And they said there was a new variant that came from South Africa. All right, now you got to remember, a variant is a frequency. All right, just remember, when they talk about the Delta variant and all these other variants, the variant is a frequency. This is the Kappa variant. We've already passed the Iota variant, but this is a Kappa variant, which is an extremely high frequency that's on the planet right now. So you got to understand, like we said before, that money, their stock market, everything runs on frequencies. All right,
so he talking about how we done got up to another variant. You know what I'm saying? Meaning the shit is growing more and more powerful. You feel me? Now it seems like he about to go into how things are priced in such a way. You know what I'm saying? Why our market is set the way it is. Don't get it twisted. Our market is set based on what's going on Earth. So if they don't have the supplies to, you know, to fill the demand, then the price of the supplies go up. You feel me? So you can imagine the planet ramping up, and motherfuckers can't go steal resources from the planet like they done before. You feel me? Now the planet like shit, like hell. Like hell. Motherfuckers down there about to die trying to get, you know, certain natural resources they been taking forever. You know what I'm saying? From the planet. Shit crazy.
Low-level money has been drained. The high frequencies of our planet that's rising right now is draining their frequencies. And you got to remember, the higher energy always pulls the lower energy. So their money system is dwindling. All right, just like I posted on the YouTube community channel about the energy companies, the energy suppliers, all right, which are failing. So what's going to happen is very soon, all of the suppliers that supply energies, they won't be able to, stay open. So basically, what's going to be going on is you're going to have electricity, but you're not going to have any bills.
What? Y'all know a lot of y'all like, I ain't got to pay no bill. That shit keep going how it going for real. You feel me? But I want y'all to think about this. Just come on now. You know, they say the revolution won't be televised. They not gonna tell you this shit on TV. You feel me? They not gonna put this in mainstream media. You know, because it would be the equivalent of basically telling your child that you don't got the authority that you've been posing to have. You feel me? And you already know what's gonna happen after that. At least that's what you think in your mind is, you know, it's the inevitable at that point. You think it's gonna be impending chaos at that point. You feel me?
All right, because you know, like we deal with Detroit Edison. You know, you got Ohio Edison. You know, you got these different things and these different companies, and just like in the UK, you know, the energy suppliers, they close their doors because they can no longer provide this low-level energy because the frequencies are draining the high frequencies are draining their low frequency system. All right, so understand what is going on.
Man, he's saying the people who supply us normally with our energy, with our electricity to go in our house, they getting to a point, man, the energy on this planet is so high, G. So high to the point you can't even, man, all that synthetic weak ass shit you've been using, that shit not working no more.
All around us. Also, we're going to be receiving a very powerful coronal mass ejection that will be arriving the 27th or the 28th calendar day.
Hold on. So fam just dropped it off on y'all last night. We gonna be receiving a corona mass injection. You feel me? So, has this happened before? Is the question that you would want to ask. And if this is what's been happening, you know what I'm saying? Is this responsible for the so-called coronavirus? Yes, obviously. Now look at look at where it's coming from. You feel me? It's coming from the sun. Now you have certain groups of people that are directly, you know, the sun gives them charge. The sun uplifts them. You feel me? So when it comes to these people, yeah, as much as you talking about it's a problem, it's not really a problem for them yet. You know, if anything, I feel like this planet is getting back to what it once was. It's getting back to, you know, its tropical-like self. Because as he said, the planet is at 102, 103 temperature. But the winds around it is cold. You feel me? And that's a result of what? That's a result of what? What's going on in the solar. What's going on in the solar. And the things that they've been normally putting out here in order to influence and manipulate the weather, it's no longer working. You feel me? It's no longer working. So, as much as you think you was blocking out the sun, you was charging the sun with the sun. You feel me? Like, it's like a lie. You only gonna postpone the truth but for so long. When the truth come out, that's your ass, G. So why not live in truth? Like I said, this revolution will not be televised. Broken down to you in this manner to where you get what's going on in the skies and what's going on around you. Like I said, a few videos ago, like, man, maybe almost a month now ago, I said Mother Nature got something for y'all. Got something for y'all while y'all playing. Like you can just keep on holding back the truth. The truth is that certain things wasn't made to exist on this planet. But we have been allowed to manipulate things, or we have figured out how to manipulate certain things to allow for the, you know, the cohabitance of this planet. But at a certain point, like this planet looking at a lot of us like cancer cells. And in order to rid yourself of a sickness, you gotta get high, baby. You gotta get high. He's heating up.
Alright. So we also this is also going on right now. So right now the planet is receiving Kappa frequencies. When they say the
Kappa frequencies, we need to hold the fuck up. We're gonna start that right there. Where we going? Kappa frequencies. We're gonna look into that. Look right on into that. And they talking about this coming up out of South Africa. You feel me? Out of South Africa. As much as a motherfucker will have you like, shit, nah, these people ain't your people. Why come this energy following us, G? Why come this energy following us? And why come when this energy come out, you feel me, we covered. Just like the majority of the people that are children of the sun. Oh, my bad. Because corona comes from the sun. It's a plasma. Alright, we gonna have to talk about how that affects our plasma. Meaning it directly interfaces with us. Come the fuck on, bro. Alright, let's see if we can find something to talk about this kappa frequencies. I don't know what the hell that shit is. Kappa frequency. Let's see if I can find a definition for that junk. But man, I'm tripping, G. Like, What you said, Remedy? Y'all make sure y'all go check out Remedy H, man. That's the fam. I don't know if this the right one. Nah, that's the corrective and preventative actions.
This new variant is coming from South Africa. You got to understand that the frequencies come from the ground.
Like I said, South Africa.
Some frequencies come from the ground here in Atlantis. Some come from South America. Some come from Russia. It's wherever nature feels that she wants to send the frequencies from. All right, so the frequencies are coming, and they are evolving within themselves, causing a distraction in this low-level system that these inorganic, these work beings created, which in turn destroys their system. So yes, there is a new frequency that is on the planet, the kappa frequency, and the CME that's coming is even more powerful than the CMEs that we have in that.
And when he say CME, I want to say he's saying corona mass energy. You know what I'm saying? So the as much as they've been doing this whole mirroring thing with the sun, with the chemtrails and all of that shit, you've only amplified the energy. You only bought yourself but a certain amount of time. See, some people only think as far as they knows. You feel me? Only think as far as they knows, meaning like maybe 5 years in advance. Not thinking in the long run how this gonna hurt you. But you gotta understand what a person is up against, you know, for them to be taking these risks. Taking these risks out here. Make sure my signal good, y'all. We good? Alright, let's go.
We have had in the past. And like I said, this is why they're taking such measures to try to keep this cosmic energy from, or the cosmic heat, because the cosmic heat not only destroys the system, it destroys.
Y'all stick around. I got something special for y'all at the end. You know, about what the planet gonna do. Or what the planet is doing.
We watch the animals. I was talking with one of the guys at my job, and he says, you know, his cat has been acting erratic. You know, has been really, really strange. I talk to other people, and they talk about their dogs. How their dogs are starting to growl at them from nothing. You know, these are white folk here, you know. And the dogs are just growling at them for nothing, and they don't understand what's going on. You know, why is my dog acting this way? And one guy said, you know, hey, I had to put my dog down. You know, he said that the other day at the job. He said, I had to put my dog down because he kept growling at me. And he's like, you know, I'm the one who's feeding him. So
that's crazy. Dude had to put his dog down. Like, come on,
by the frequencies. Everything is being affected by the frequencies that's coming here on the planet, which means the energy is rising. All right, they're not spraying the skies and all because I said that the vibrations will be quadrupling. They're doing all this because they're watching what I'm watching. All right, I'm tapped directly into nature, so I'm watching. You know,
when you ain't busy being distracted, you see the same shit. You know, as much as they want to keep on having these little, you know, private conversations where they like global warming, greenhouse effect, like, you know what you're talking about, cuz. You know what you're talking about. About trying to cool this planet off. You feel me? so you can continue to exist within its room.
Going on at one time. And this is a whole lot, believe me, brothers and sisters, this is a whole lot that's happening right now at the same time. It's like you try to put in all this information, you try to process all this information
It's good
at
news,
one
dog.
time.
Okay,
And this is
nobody said it's good
what's
news.
happening right now. So yes, our sun there's a major CME that's coming directly for the planet. It'll be here in the next couple of days. All right.
Corona mass blast. Yeah. Now, I wonder if that's similar to the EMP. Because technically an EMP would be a low-level form of a corona mass blast. And as much as they, been telling us we preparing for this, we preparing for an EMP attack, like, fuck? The fuck? Who gonna attack y'all? Who? And where would this attack come from? You feel me? None other than a fire in the sky.
It's one of the strongest CMEs that they have ever seen in their history of our planet. And now that we're in the Kappa frequency, that planet is producing Kappa frequencies. The frequencies only get higher and higher and higher. All right, and these frequencies are destroying their entire system, the energy system, the money system.
That's amazing. Because a lot of our elders talk about how, these so-called bacteria, these so-called germs, are the ancestors coming back with a vengeance. And it's not too far-fetched, because when you think about what we are and what we consist of, bacteria, germs, you feel me? In a perfect storm, creating multi-cell organisms. So it ain't too far-fetched. It ain't too far-fetched at all, fam. Like, a nigga can't sleep on this type of information. Because, again, they not going to put this shit out here on the news. You feel me? This won't be televised.
Scared about what's happening.
You got to come through here. We checking it out.
2016 was recently named the hottest year
Hit that
on
like
record,
button.
making it the third consecutive year to set a temperature record for our planet. 2016 was recently named the hottest year on record, making it the third consecutive year to set a temperature record. Global warming is more of a problem than it's ever been before. The more hottest years on record we have, the more we'll be threatened by things like rising sea levels and extreme weather events. But I'm sure you've heard all that before. That's
Where you in
news.
2016?
But as some new news, we are taking a step in the right direction. Last year in Paris, 195 nations agreed to cut their carbon emissions, showing that world leaders really do recognize the day.
Again, when you got people that have carbon, heavy carbon in them, you feel me? The things that are conducive to carbon is conducive to them. You feel me? So when you start cutting out your carbon intake and all of that shit, you're trying to say, let me buy some motherfucking time. Not to mention shit. Try to get rid of them carbon beans.
Dangers associated with global warming. And I think it's great that
That's that
we're
population
taking
control.
collective action. But there is a problem.
Not to mention y'all heard the terms like a necessary evil, choosing the lesser of two evils. You feel me? Calculating the risk. So in a lot of these situations, people know it's very risky to be around us. It's very risky for them. But when they calculate the benefits, you feel me? They feel like the benefits is worth more. And now it's come to this.
Earlier this year, the United States government indicated that they want to withdraw from the Paris Agreement. Now, the United States is the world's second largest greenhouse gas emitter. Every year, we release around 6.6 billion metric tons of CO2 equivalents into the air. That's 18 times as much as the weight of corn we produce every year. We produce a lot of corn. I know you all know that. And so continuing with these astonishing emissions rates will have long-lasting and perhaps irreversible consequences. So the question becomes, we're forced to ask ourselves, what if we do get to
Talking
a
about the
point
same CO2
where
the plants
global
need,
warming
quit
is
playing.
getting out of control?
You trying
With
to
the
lessen the
recent
energy
climate
of the
change
planet.
denial and inaction in the US government, now may be the time to address the science and morality behind new solutions to global warming. And for the past couple years, I've been studying one of these solution ideas. It's something called geoengineering, which sounds complicated, but it's really just an umbrella.
Let's look at this shit. Let's see what the hell geoengineering is. Geoengineering, the deliberate, large-scale manipulation of an environmental process that affects the Earth's climate. Somebody out here playing games. Somebody out here playing games. And we all gonna suffer the consequences for the games they want to play. Like, fuck out of here with that shit. In an attempt to counteract the effects of global warming. Pay attention to your body, right? When your body heats up or you so-called have a fever, that's your body trying to burn off some bad shit. You feel me? So for our bodies to be trying to burn off or rid itself of this bad shit, you know what I'm saying, that's obviously on the planet, it would be our duty, you feel me, if we want to be here, to allow for the planet to do what's necessary. But instead, these motherfuckers talking about stopping the planet from doing what's necessary to continue the planet.
A term for
It must be for their own, you know what I'm saying, survival. But how you gonna survive on a dead ass planet? You feel me? How you gonna do that? Well, shout out to my bro, Pro Black.
To, on a large scale, cool the climate as a response to global warming. Now, there are multiple ways you could go about doing this large scale cooling, but the one that I focused on is an idea called marine cloud brightening. So to explain marine cloud brightening, I'm going to give a quick crash course on clouds. Who out there has seen a cloud before?
I don't know about y'all, but I be wanting to know what them clouds really is. Cause some days you come out there motherfucker and you like, man, somebody really showed out drawing that shit. And then some days you come out there and it's like, what the fuck is this? So yeah, let's get into these clouds. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, I expected that. I mean, everyone knows what a cloud is, right?
So they got some artificial clouds out here. Talk to me, G.
What the heck are clouds? Well, they're really just collections of many tiny water droplets and sometimes ice crystals. And when sunlight hits these water droplets, they let some of it through, but they also reflect some back up into space.
Okay.
And the clouds act kind of like big soggy mirrors.
Oh, so that's where they got that idea from. Make sure y'all hit that like button, family. We over here talking about the revolution that won't be televised. They not gonna tell you how this shit affect you and I. I'm giving that. I'm giving you that. Because I'm trying to figure it out for myself. I got too many motherfuckers to protect.
And that's why stormy clouds, for example, look so dark from below. They're so thick that they're reflecting away almost all the sunlight that hits them. As you probably know from walking here today in good old Providence, when clouds block sunlight, it can get cold. So what if you could make clouds more reflective?
Oh, they just told on themselves, G. They just told on themselves, G. So what they do is they fill the sky with synthetic ass clouds or fill it with water droplets that form into clouds. Wow, G, they just, man, all right. So I told y'all, if y'all stick around, I got something for y'all ass. I actually got two. I got two things for y'all since we here. You feel me? This is good news from the planet. You feel me? I need y'all to peep what's going on. For my grandmama, she used to say, we should wear a crown. I don't know about y'all, but when it comes to putting on a crown, they got a ring around it. Man, listen what they talking about the planet finna have.
However, meaning they could call serious.
Still here. Y'all hear me? Y'all hear me? Had a little quick call. Y'all hear me? Alright, bet.
This is an article here. It's the Earth is formed of satellite rings made of space junk. Now, this is what they're saying. Now, if you all who have been following me for a while remember when I when I did a video some years ago, probably about 3 or 4 years ago, talking about I said, soon our planet will be equipped with rings. Soon our planet will have rings, just like Saturn and just like Jupiter and Saturn. All right, remember, you guys remember I said that? Now they're saying, but now what they're saying is space junk. Okay, so listen to what they're saying here. They're trying to say that it's space junk. There's a bunch of junk up in space. But, of course, they don't want to admit that everything is getting ready to, everything is changing right now on a planetary basis, okay?
That is why the Department of...
Man, bruh, quit playing. Quit playing. Stop playing games. So while you over here doing all this dumb shit thinking you stopping something, you ain't stopping shit, G. You ain't stopping shit. If anything, you causing the planet to ramp up even faster because it's obviously something is wrong. Or it's obvious that the transition is necessary. That's why the transition is being made to begin with. Peep this shit.
Did you know there is a secret sea that disappeared completely gone from planet Earth? And now we are trying to bring back the sea. Let me tell you a crazy story that you have never heard before. In Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan.
So basically, what they trying to say is, you feel me, that
makes it simple.
the motherfucking oceans, hear me now, the oceans used to be the sea. They show you how the planet gets shit together, right? The oceans used to be a desert. You feel me? So here it is, the water come in, get that shit right. Next thing you know, when you come back, when it goes through its next process, now you see how the Sahara Desert became green. You feel me? Maybe I went a little far with the Sahara Desert. But what I'm saying is, you see how the planet has a way of replenishing itself, healing itself. So why wouldn't we allow for the planet to do just that? Why wouldn't we? Other than there's people out here that need for the planet to be half cocked or half itself for it to exist. Is that any different than the people that need for certain people to not be themselves fully? Calm down. Stop being so angry. Oh, what happened when black people get angry? Oh, when so-called colored people get angry. People of color. Oh, we radiate. We radiate. What else radiates out here? The sun. Ooh-wee. Oh-wee. Who team? You gonna come to find out? You ain't got no choice in the matter.
Habitat on Earth. In total, 361 million square kilometers of water cover the surface of the planet, which totals up to 71% of Earth's surface area. That means there's more than twice the area of ocean than dry Earth on this planet that we call Earth. And that's a good thing, because in a very real way, all life here depends on the ocean. For marine life, this dependency is obvious, but even terrestrial life needs the ocean for things like the moisture it gives off constantly. Without this, rains would not come, plants could.
And shoot, even if I'm going to talk about these darn ice ages had to happen, that was the planet's way of going through another cycle of cooling itself off. You feel me? Or sweating, perspiring. You feel me? Like, come on, bro.
Not grow, animals would have nothing to eat, and all terrestrial life would cease. So it might come as a surprise to know that, well, the ocean is actually... I can explain, don't worry. But to do this, first we need to take a look at the breakdown of Earth's different biomes. Green is terrestrial, blue is marine. We can see that the open ocean is the clear winner.
Green is terrestrial, blue is marine.
65% of all the surface on Earth. To make everything easier to see, I'm going to let the open ocean go off screen, but just remember it's much larger than the rest of these. The next biggest piece of Earth's surface is submerged continental shelf, which is basically just less deep ocean. Below this, we have all of the terrestrial ecosystems. The most common environment on land is, and this is how the research text described it, extreme desert. This includes bare exposed rock like on mountains, sand dunes, or any other place sand completely covers the ground, and ice, like glaciers and Antarctica. Basically, this category is anywhere that nothing whatsoever can grow, and it's the biggest terrestrial one we have. Then right after extreme desert, the second most common terrestrial ecosystem is desert and semi-desert, so pretty similar to the last category, but in these you'll find some occasional shrubs and grasses. Together, these two desert regions make up over a quarter, 28% actually, of all the land on Earth. Below these are the rest of Earth's terrestrial ecosystems, your forests, grassland, farmlands, you know, places where things can actually grow. And then finally, below these, we have the much smaller marine ecosystems like swamps, lakes, estuaries, and so on. I would just like to point out real quick that algal beds and coral reefs make up only about 0.1% of the Earth's surface. Just keep that in mind for later, it'll come back, I promise. But to figure out what I meant when I said the ocean is a desert, we now need to take a look at a different graph. This one shows the average net primary production, which basically means the rate at which the primary producers, like plants and anything else that go through photosynthesis, produce useful chemicals, you know, like glucose or something, in an ecosystem. This is measured in grams per square meter per year, so how much mass of biologically useful materials is created ecosystem's productivity, because it's the primary producers that everything else feeds on, either directly or indirectly through a complex food web. All energy in the ecosystem is managed by these primary producers, and so they determine how productive the rest of the ecosystem is. What we can see from this graph then is that surface area definitely does not equal productivity. This becomes very clear when looking at the open ocean. Remember, the largest biome on Earth by far, which has a productivity that's barely visible on screen. In total, the open ocean only produces around 125 grams of organic matter per square meter per year. The most comparable terrestrial ecosystem is the regular desert, which only produces around 90 grams per square meter per year, which means 1 square meter of the ocean produces a similar amount of organic matter as a desert. In sharp contrast to this, we can see the most productive ecosystem on Earth is our algal beds and reefs, with an average net primary productivity of 2,500 grams per square meter per year. That means the
So they basing this productivity off of, you know what I'm saying, food sources, right? Not even just food sources, energy of the planet. So they said desert was the highest one, the highest energy source. But they don't want this motherfucker to heat up. Man, this part one. Y'all make sure y'all come back for part two. We going even deeper next time. Hit that like button before you get up out of here. Hit that like button when you come in. Because you know I love you as myself. And it ain't nothing you can do about it. As we are one. I'm telling you things that's going to strengthen our connection. You feel me? As you see, you like, dang, hold on, bro. Told me some shit, put me up on some shit. Hey, he fucking with me a little bit. I'm fucking with you a lot. Okay? Kinfolk, let me see what they talking about. Let me see what they talking about. Let me see what they talking about. Pull up a chair. Come over here to the round table. We about to break it all down. We just what? Broke bread right now. Lovely day.